Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, wake the hell up, turn the volume way up, because we've got a special football preview episode of the Don't Tell Mama Sports Podcast. I'm over here in Denver, Colorado, Matt Coble, Nashville, Tennessee, my guy Max Faulkner, and joining us back again, our Big 12 representative, everything Iowa State Cyclones, our guy Brad McDonald. Brad, what's going on, man?
Oh, not a whole lot, man. Just getting ready for the playoff season. My depression is over from Iowa State not being included, so I can actually enjoy the games now. And they're number 2 in the country in basketball, so that helps. And what got near Jayhawks last night. No big deal. Very good basketball team right now. They are a national title contender, no doubt about it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, they smacked my Jayhawks last night. Wasn't too much of a contest. It was single digits most of the second half. Single digits most of the second half. Ran away there at the end with it. But I'm excited for that rematch next month for sure. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a different story in Lawrence. But I'll tell you what, my nipples were quite hard last night.
Jeez, any milk come out of that? Any form of lactation that we should know about?
Yeah, that's how I get my strength. Oh, my own lactating nipples.
So you juice your nipples and then you drink it back.
100%.
In a bottle? I mean, you put that in a baby bottle or sippy cup?
I'm gonna start selling it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's got to be a market for that.
Smart. HGH. Mm-hmm. Maxie, what's going on with you over there, brother?
Hey, Breezy. I'm tired, man. It's been a long ass day. I've been up since 4:45, boys.
Whoa.
No breaks until what time is it right now? 8:28. I see. Okay, so I'm running on adrenaline.
You're running.
But I'm ready to roll here and talk about some sports, though. I can't get enough of it, obviously.
Hell yeah. And like I said, it's a big football preview episode. Now, Max, last time we had Brad on, we got a couple comments about Brad and his picks from last time. If you recall, Brad, did you see any of that? Did you hear any of those or anything?
No, I did not hear. I watched part of it, but yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I did not hear the parts for the comments on my picks. But I understand if they were absolutely throttled.
Yeah, I remember one was maybe nice pick, Brad, and put down the drinks before you make your picks, Brad. And
I think that's it.
Yeah, there's some good ones there. So today, hopefully, we're bringing you better picks. We're going to be talking about the 4 divisional games in the NFL. We got the four games left this weekend, 2 next weekend, a week off, then the Super Bowl. NFL's really rolling right now for the playoffs. But we got to start with the college football playoff national championship game. It's coming up on Monday, January 20th, 5:30 Mountain Time on ESPN in Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, shit. Yeah. 2.5 hours away, boys. 2.5 hours away. Do I make a trip over there?
Why not?
I would.
Considering my wife is 11 days from giving birth, probably not.
No,
that's
not a good idea.
Choice, then. Yeah,
not a good idea.
My previous statement. No, unless you like divorce and lose a capture. Right?
I got excited for about 5 seconds, boys. For about 5 seconds, and then I said, I came right back to reality.
Reality smacked you. The national championship game. We've got my Irish of Notre Dame taking on the Buckeyes of Ohio State. These two teams have only met 8 times in their program's history. Ohio State leads the series 6-2. Last game was last season. I was there, game day with my dad last year. Both teams were undefeated, top 10. If we remember, Ohio State won this game 17-14. Oh. They scored with 1 second remaining. To win this game. And the thing that a lot of us remember about this was that Notre Dame had 10 guys on the field for the last 2 plays. We're missed 1 man down for those last 2. Ryan Day, head coach for Ohio State, if we remember, came out post-game, had some heated words for Lou Holtz because Lou Holtz called his team out before the game. So this makes this a little spicy here for this championship game. Ryan Day, Lou Holtz had some heated words for each other. These are the top two scoring defenses in the nation. Ohio State allowed 12.2 points per game. Notre Dame allowed 14.3 points per game. These are the top two pass defenses in the nation. They both average over 405 yards of total offense, and both are top 12 in scoring offense. Notre Dame averaged 37 a game. Ohio State just under 36. Maxie, I'm going to throw it to you here. Notre Dame, Ohio State, the first 12-team college football playoff. Who's winning this national championship on Monday night?
Oh my goodness, Colbreezy. I can't even see anything I'm looking at. I got to put my glasses
on.
Man, this is such a juicy game. You know, this is what you want to see in a championship game, by the way, everybody. Ohio State is red freaking hot, man. Oh my goodness. They are just tearing it up. Notre Dame is just playing smart football. They're making good decisions, running the ball. I know Leonard had a couple bad picks in that last game. You know, got to run the ball more, but against Ohio State, that's going to be a different game. I'm really interested in seeing what Freeman's strategy is going to be against they're going to have to catch up. They're going to have to catch up against Ohio State, guys, because the way that they are throwing the ball right now, unfreaking real. I mean, they won 28-14 last week against Texas, and Texas had a good defense. Texas is a good defensive team. So, it's a hard pick for me, Colbreezy, because I want Notre Dame so bad.
You do.
I want them. I want them to win this national championship. When was the last time they won a national championship, Colbreezy? Do you remember that?
1988. We weren't born yet, boys.
Rudy.
Pause that wee shit, brother.
Sorry,
2 years old. All right,
the fellas on top. Right. Sorry, the fellas on top weren't born yet.
Sorry. All right.
Just to speed it up so we can move on to the other guys. I'm going Ohio State. Sorry, I'm going Ohio State. I want Notre Dame, but Ohio State is just red freaking hot. But I will say that I think that Freeman is the best coach in the game today, right now, this season. How about this? This season, I think he was the best coach this season, even over Day. Unbelievable year at Notre Dame, but Ohio State's too red hot, Colbreezy.
Since we're on the subject of Marcus Freeman, real quick, this is his third season as the lead man for the Irish. 33-9 overall record, 24-4 in the last two seasons. 24-4 in the last two seasons. Another cool storyline here. He played linebacker for Ohio State.
Oh,
2006, 07, 08. He played linebacker for Ohio State. Brad, let's throw it to you here. Are you backing Max up that you want to see Notre Dame win, but you got the Buckeyes?
Kind of. Throw some stats out first. So Carson Beck this year threw for 3,485 yards, 28 touchdowns, and 12 interceptions. I thought that we just threw out Carson Beck's stats since in the games he's not playing. Is that not how we do it here? Or is it?
Gotta bring
I'm sorry, you're taking shots at my picks. Yeah. I had to throw that out there.
Nice
I'm sorry.
Nice one.
Whatever.
I didn't know where you were going there first.
I was like, wait.
I'm sure you're really confused at first.
Whatever.
As was I when he brought up his stats when he wasn't in.
Transfer it now. Transfer. Big contract.
You. That was a good one.
So, unfortunately, I'm kind of leaning with Max here. My bad picks on my previous episode was due to my sheer hatred for the Big Ten more than anything.
Whoa.
But I will say Ohio State is just rolling right now. Now, if Notre Dame's going to win this game, I will say second half, Riley Leonard is what they need.
Hello.
Because he was throwing dimes, and that's what everyone said. He can't run, he just runs, he can't pass, whatever. Yep. Had a great second half with some big time deep balls, and really came in the clutch. So even saying that, Ohio State's defense, their talent, they're all kind of coming together at the right time. So I'm going 35-24 OSU. Unfortunately, but I do not want that to happen. Last time I picked what I wanted to happen. Now I'm being logical. Ohio State just looks like a freaking wagon right now, dude.
They look like a wagon right now, yeah, over this last month. But I mean, think back to that Michigan loss. Like nobody was calling for the Buckeyes to be champions this year, you know. So
Hmm.
really,
Hmm.
over this last month, have they really turned it on?
Yep.
But I feel like all the pressure is on Ohio State. All the preseason
Oh yeah,
expectations. What were they, top three? Notre Dame can play free. You know that loss to
yeah.
Northern Illinois. Nope, nobody had expectations for Notre Dame to be here after that loss to
No,
Northern Illinois.
definitely not.
Four
One hundred
keys for
percent.
the Irish to win this game, baby. Four keys. You got to force turnovers. Obviously, you got to force turnovers. Notre Dame's has forced one of the most turnovers in the nation, and they convert those turnovers into points. Need to stop Jeremiah Smith, the freshman sensation for Ohio State.
Yep.
Hmm.
Texas had a good game plan on him, held him to one catch for 3 yards. One catch for 3 yards last week
Yeah.
for Jeremiah Smith. A lot of safety help, a lot of bump and run. Got to hold him down. Also, Notre Dame has to stay out of third and long. We talked about this. Notre Dame faced the least amount of third downs of any team this season.
Mm.
And damn it, that's a good thing because they're one of the worst teams at converting third and long. And lastly, we talked about it already. Max, you said it. Run the damn ball.
Yep.
Yeah.
Run the damn ball.
Mhm.
210.7 rushing yards per game for the Irish this year. 14th in the nation. We talk about that Michigan upset over Ohio State again. They only threw the ball 16 times in that game, Michigan did. Run the damn ball.
Mm.
Keep it on the ground. Riley Leonard, keep him under 20 passing attempts. We lost a left tackle, Anthony Knapp, last game. The right guard, Rocco, he's questionable to play. Bo Collins, one of the starting wide receivers, has a gimpy calf. So
Uh-oh.
definitely limping into this game. But there's no way in hell that I'm not going to take my Irish. It was, about a month ago? I sat right there next to you, Brad, just east of Omaha, Nebraska, and I picked the Irish to win this damn playoff, and I got to stick to it. Will Howard, he's a solid quarterback when he's rolling, but when he makes mistakes, those mistakes pile up too.
Sure.
I don't
Hmm.
trust him. I'm going my Irish 22-20. Got to keep it low, got to keep it on the ground. I got my Irish winning their first one since 1988.
You're 100% right. Like ball control, long sustained drives is the key for Notre Dame. Definitely run the ball with your multitude of running backs and Leonard. Just long drives, keep the ball out of their hands because they can score in a heartbeat, as we've seen the last
Hmm.
few weeks.
Yeah. Very
Mm.
explosive. It's gonna take a great game plan, a great effort to beat Ohio State. Max, did you throw out a final score there?
Oh, sorry, 24-21. 24-21 Ohio State. I think it's going to be
Good
a
game.
nail-biting game. Could come down to that last touchdown. Maybe another repeat, kind of like what you saw when they faced each other, Cole Breezy, a last-minute
Yeah.
touchdown to win it.
Woo.
I would love to see that, by the way, as we all would.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Brad, last word on this championship game. How you feeling?
Again, what I want to happen, I hope Notre Dame wins, but it's just, yeah,
Yeah.
it's the talent, the best wide receiver in the country, and he's 11 years old, I think. Like, it's just,
Seriously.
you know,
So
but I
young.
will agree
So
with
young.
you on Howard. I saw him a bunch in the Big 12 before he transferred. He's
That's
fine.
right.
He's fine. That's
It's
it.
fine.
Like, he's not great.
Mm.
Honestly, oh, what's his name that left last year that went to Syracuse is better. I
McCord.
forget his name off the top of my head.
Kyle McCord, yeah.
McCord, yes, yeah, that's his name. Yeah, yeah, because I believe he led the nation in passing yards this year. I'm
I
pretty sure.
believe you're
Oh.
correct. Believe
Yeah.
you're correct, yeah.
Mhm.
Moving into the NFL, like we said, we got 4 divisional round games to pick today. Let's start off here. Saturday, 2:30 Mountain Time on ESPN. We've got the Houston Texans going to Kansas City to play the Chiefs. The Chiefs, obviously, they're the 1 seed. They got the first round bye. Houston, we saw them defeat the Chargers 32-12. Max, you and I both had the Chargers in that one.
Damn.
Brad, I would assume you might have too. But Houston really surprised us last week. Joe Mixon had 106 yards and a tutty. Nico Collins, 7 catches for a buck 22 and another tutty. Justin Herbert threw 4 picks when he had 3 the whole season. 4 picks in this game for Justin
Yeah.
Herbert. He only had 3 all season.
That was the game.
Houston, Kansas City, these two teams played in week 16. in Kansas City. The Chiefs got them 27-19. 2 picks from CJ Stroud. Max, do you think CJ Stroud can lead Houston into KC and take down the 2-time reigning Super Bowl champion Chiefs?
Again, a huge shocker, Breezy, last week killing the Chargers. I mean, the first half, what was it, 7-6? It was something low like that. Oh my goodness! But then out of nowhere, I literally turned it on. I think I took a shower. I came back. It's 32-11 or whatever, 12, whatever the hell the score was. Yeah, a big shocker. You know, this is what we wanted to see from CJ Stroud all season. You know, what's dude, all these weapons that we were talking about going into fantasy football, like, oh man, I want Stephon Diggs, we want Nico Collins, Tank Dell, let's go get Tank Dell, maybe even Dalton Schultz, put him on your bench. You know, you hear all these things, Joe Mixon obviously too. You hear all these weapons, and yet it's like, wow, a 10-7 season. I thought they were going to run all over the South. I mean, they won the South.
Sure,
so,
sure.
What are we complaining about? But,
worst division.
Yeah, but being the worst division, didn't we think that maybe they can go like 13-4? Or maybe 3 extra wins on that.
Sure.
So as far as the Chiefs go, it's the Chiefs, okay? And they're not that big flashy team right now, as we saw the entire year. They are just managing the clock. That's what they do. They run the ball, make efficient passes. For some reason, Patrick Mahomes has 1 interception a game or whatever, throwing it to like, I don't even know what happens on that. For him to be the best quarterback in the game, and then like these passes are not even near the receiver. I don't know. And maybe they're just trying to make it closer, trying to give the defense a little extra work. They're a good defensive team. So I think it's going to be a bit tougher for CJ Stroud. I think it could be a close game, but I think it's going to be 2017 Kansas City Chiefs. Still going to Chiefs. 20-17. I think it's more of a defensive game. Hey, Houston also has a really good defense, and Chiefs not being that high-powered offense like we've seen in the past, I think it's going to be more of a defensive game.
Yeah, definitely a surprise from Houston last week. I'm going to make this one quick. I'm going Chiefs at home. No way do I think Houston can go into Kansas City and beat Patrick Mahomes on 2 weeks of rest. They've been game planning Andy Reid, the best coach in the game right now. Best coach in the game, Andy Reid?
Yeah.
Can we agree with that?
Yeah.
I'm going Chiefs. Yeah. I'm going Chiefs at home 24-16. Shout out Houston. Back-to-back playoff appearances after being just dog shit for a few years. So shout out to them. DeMeco Ryans, great coach.
Good coach.
Back-to-back playoff appearances. Shout out Houston, but you're not getting this one done in Kansas City. Chiefs 24-16. Brad, wrap us up on this game.
Yeah, I'm, almost the same score as what Max said. I had 21-17 Chiefs, but I will say what we saw out of Houston last week is what we expected them to be all year long.
Agreed.
Like after last year, we expected them to make some steps, go forward, and that is the team that I thought they were going to be. This is going to be a defensive battle, hence the low scoring, what I'm projecting, but they're going to have a chance. It's probably going to be pretty close, but Patrick Mahomes in divisional playoff games is 6-0, 16 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. As of right now, He has the 8th most yards all time passing in the playoffs, and he's 28 years old. He is also, he's 8th in passing all time, most yards per game, highest passer rating, highest completion rates, and highest win percentage in the playoffs.
Wow.
For his career right now.
Wow.
So it's like, it's hard to bet against him when it comes down to crunch time. CJ Stroud, someday, with how good he was as a rookie, he had kind of a down year, but usually third year is when quarterbacks really start, improving, showing the real stuff. And so I think they're about 1 year away from being like a legit Super Bowl contender. And with Tank Dell being out, tearing everything in his knee apart, ACL, MCL, patella, dislocation, everything.
LCL.
Yeah. Torn taint, everything. Yeah. It's connected to the knee if you didn't know.
Moving into Saturday night, 6 o'clock Mountain Time on Fox. We got the Commanders going to Detroit to take on the Lions. Detroit, obviously the 1 seed, got the first round bye. Washington is here because they won in Tampa Bay last week. Took down Blazer Mayfield, beat him 23-20. Terry McLaurin, my guy, and Diami Brown both had 89 receiving yards and a score. This was Washington's first playoff win in 20 years. Washington's first playoff win in 20 years when they called themselves the Redskins. How many names have they gone through since then? Jayden Daniels becomes the 4th rookie quarterback to ever win a road playoff game. Thought that was interesting. And a good nugget here for you boys. Jayden Daniels has more games in his career where his team has 0 punts and 0 turnovers, including the playoffs. He has 3 of those. He has more than the combined careers of Tom Brady, Joe Montana, Peyton Manning, and Patrick Mahomes, who has 2.
Those
Games where his team has 0 punts and 0 turnovers, more than the combined careers of Brady, Montana, Manning, and Mahomes. Brad, what do you think about Jayden Daniels, and can he get this one done in Detroit after 2 weeks off for the Lions?
So this one's tough because I thought the Lions were dead in the water. They have, I think I checked, 3,712 guys on IR on defense. I'm pretty sure.
Lead the league.
Like, they called me last week, see what I was doing. Like, they have no one.
Need that big body out here.
Yeah. And then I'm like, no, I'm fat and not athletic enough. But I'm going Lions. I got 28-31 Lions for this game. I think it's going to be an offensive showcase. I will say Jayden Daniels, he's got 6 fourth-quarter comebacks in his rookie year. The man is clutch. So if it comes down to the wire, I could see him pulling it off. I just think right now the Lions, it's their time. David Montgomery's coming back for this game. Like, they got the 2-headed monster at running back. If they want to, they can just run the ball down their throat. Not to mention, Ben Johnson is the greatest play caller I have ever seen, and my head coach is Kyle Shanahan. Okay. So, like, that fake trip fumble play they did a few weeks back.
Got him.
He's Jesus.
Yeah.
He's the best play caller I've ever seen in my entire life. Like,
he's playing games.
Brilliant. And how many trick plays, how many linemen have caught touchdowns this year?
Yeah.
They will pull anything out of their ass to score. And so I just think, and Dan Campbell, full on believer. Again, Dan Quinn's great too. The Commanders, they are way ahead of schedule. We'll put it that way. I just think the pain of last year with the Lions gives them a little bit more resiliency, and the 2-headed monster running back there, because freaking Jayden Daniels led the Commanders in rushing this year. Okay.
Yeah, interesting.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
Jayden
Daniels, hell of a rookie season. I'm gonna make this one quick here, boys. I loved having Jayden Daniels on my team. He's the rookie of the year. But I don't think they can get this one done. Like you said, he's the team's leading rusher. He's the team's leading rusher. Yeah. You got Ben Johnson on the other side, the best coordinator in the game right now. If he's not a head coach next year, it's because he doesn't want to be a head coach next year. Him and Glenn, the defensive coordinator, they're both cooking things up. I've got the Lions at home, 31-23. I mean, they're doing you're calling out all these trick plays, all these stats for the first team with this many receivers to have this many yards and this many 2 running backs to have this many yards, first team to do those kind of things. They're doing this with Jared Goff. Jared Goff is not a guy that we think is a top quarterback in the NFL. Yeah, he went to a Super Bowl already, but I'm just impressed with Detroit. Dan Campbell, I'm impressed with the whole organization. I got Lions 31-23. Max, tell us who you got in this game, and do you wish your Bears would have taken Jayden Daniels number 1 overall?
Damn. Wow. Jayden Daniels is legit. No doubt about it. All I got to say is I would if we picked him, that's cool. That's cool. Caleb Williams had some highlights this year, had some decent games. Our coaching and Matt Eberflus is terrible. I said that 4 years ago. Why are you going to pick up a defensive coordinator from the Colts when you had multiple different options that were better than him? Anyway, we're not talking about the Bears.
No, they're not anywhere near the playoffs.
How about this? I'm going to give Caleb Williams one more year of excitement. because I did see some I did see some games where he looked good. He looked good.
Sure.
But Jayden Daniels, obviously, I mean, we're talking rookie of the year, boys. We're talking rookie of the year. Okay. But as far as this game goes, guys, listen to these numbers just based off of the games. How many points did the Detroit Lions score? Last game of the season, 31. Who even played in that game? I mean, like, did they stop playing at halftime? Against San Francisco, they scored 40. Against Chicago, they scored 34. Against Buffalo, they scored 42 and lost. Yeah. They scored 42 points but lost. Green Bay, 34 points. Chicago, 23. Indianapolis, 24. But Jacksonville, 52. Against Tennessee, 52. Against Seattle, 42. Against Dallas, 47. Woo. Are we freaking this is the best scoring offense I've seen in a long time, where they just pour it in, guys. They just pour it in. I think the Lions right off the bat are going to go up 14-0 early in the first quarter. I'm talking first quarter, they're going up 14-0. Maybe Jayden Daniels squeezes in a play where they can get a field goal, so it goes 14-3. I don't think it's as close as you guys think it's going to be. I'm going 34-20. Pretty close. I guess pretty close. 34-20, 2-touchdown game. And it might be a junk time touchdown in that fourth quarter. I got the Lions, baby. Lions are damn good. That's all I got to say about that.
Moving into Sunday, 1 o'clock Mountain Time on NBC. We've got the Rams heading to Philly to take on the Eagles. The Rams got here. They kicked the Vikings' ass on Monday night, 27-9. That was a surprise to me. The Vikings, the first ever 14-win wildcard team, they didn't show up. The Rams held them down, defensive touchdown there. Kyren Williams, my guy from Notre Dame, 76 yards and a receiving score. So Kyren Williams, I'm excited to see him in this next round. The Eagles last week defeated the Packers 22-10. Thought that one would be a little bit closer. Barkley, Saquon ran all over the place, 119 yards. Rams, Eagles, these two teams played in Week 12 in L.A. Eagles got them 37-20. A.J. Brown had a $109 and a touchdown, and this was the Saquon Barkley game. 255 rushing yards and 2 scores. It was the Eagles franchise record. 9th most rushing yards ever in a single game in NFL history. Can Saquon go for 200 and a big win again, Max?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I like the Eagles. I think the Eagles are damn good. I liked them since the beginning of the season, especially because I had Jalen Hurts on my fantasy team. So anytime they were on TV, I was watching them. They're a fun team to watch, too. They're exciting. Rams had a good season. I think we picked the Rams back in the preseason. We thought they were going to make the playoffs. They had such a slow start. We were like, what in the heck is this garbage? What is this garbage? Yeah. They always figure it out, though, because Sean McVay is arguably a top 5 coach in the game, honestly. Oh, yeah. He is so damn good. I think I told you guys, I'll bring it up again here on the podcast. My neighbor apparently knows him. Show me pictures with the guys. He shows up in a Rams shirt, and I'm like, oh, you're a Rams fan? He goes, oh, I'm friends with the coach. I'm like, you're friends with Sean McVay? He goes, yeah. You want to see? He shows me all these pictures. So, yeah. I was there last night at Sunday Night Football. Forgot the game, but he's in the locker room with Cooper Kupp taking pictures and stuff. Well, anyway,
it's awesome.
Anyway, so my neighbor here in Tennessee, what the heck? That's a coincidence. Awesome. Anyway, moving on. I think this is it's going to be a tight game. I think it will be a tight game. I'm going to go Eagles 27-24. Okay. Ooh. I think we're going to do a little push action with push. Lots of tush pushing. We're getting Jalen Hurts into that end zone. Saquon Barkley is getting in the end zone. Who knows if any wide receivers are getting in the end zone, but Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley are definitely getting in there. I think Matthew Stafford might throw one to Puka Nacua or Cooper Kupp, but it's gonna be tough to keep up with those Eagles. I'm keeping it close just because I like what I saw from the Rams last week. It looks like they're turning it up a notch. But I got Eagles, baby.
I'm excited for this game. I didn't think either team would be here. I went with the Packers upset pick last week, and the Eagles proved me wrong, and definitely the Vikings didn't show up in L.A. So this matchup I wasn't expecting to see, but both teams are great. Both teams are well coached. Barkley with the Eagles franchise record when they met in Week 12, 255 rushing yards. Oh, my goodness. I think he does it something like that again. Not 255, but gets close to $150, $175. I got Eagles at home, 26-20. You got A.J. Brown hanging out on the bench reading books. It doesn't matter. They're still advancing. Brad, wrap us up on this game. Rams Eagles.
Well, so for this one, it's tough. I don't think Saquon's gonna have the same game. They're gonna have to have a different game plan.
Have to.
And as Max was saying earlier, the slow start from the Rams, they had a lot of injuries start. I mean, Cup was out for a long time, Nakua was out, like
Yeah.
they're missing a lot of pieces. But you talk about like a three-headed monster with Williams, Puka, and Cup.
Big
Like it's
dogs.
one of the best triplets outside of the quarter. And then you've got Matt Stafford, one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL still to this day. One of the
Maybe.
strongest arms, can throw it from any arm angle, whatever.
Top 15.
20
Oh.
touchdowns this year. He had 20 touchdowns. Let's
Yeah,
settle.
yeah,
Let's
it
settle down.
wasn't. I know, but overall, he also had like 40 when he was in Detroit. I mean, come on, like
Yeah.
that team.
He's
sucked
reliable.
ass.
He's very
Yeah,
reliable.
yeah.
No doubt.
Mhm.
Tough.
And he's
tough.
tough too.
Yeah.
So this is kind of my upset pick because I think the Eagles have the
Ooh.
strongest roster probably left in the playoffs. I don't trust if they get behind Jalen Hurts. The passing game has
Yeah.
not been good for weeks. So if they shut down Saquon Barkley, I put my money on Matthew Stafford over Jalen Hurts any day of the week. I have the same score as Max, but the other way, 27-24 Rams.
Wow.
Nice.
Wowza.
Nice.
Wowza.
Yeah, that's pretty exciting game. But I think the most exciting game is coming on Sunday, 4:30 Mountain Time on CBS. Oh,
Let's go.
boys.
Let's
We got
go.
a lot of people drooling. We got a lot of people salivating for this one. The Baltimore Ravens are heading to Buffalo to take on them Bills. Baltimore last week, they smacked division rival Pittsburgh 28-14. Derrick King Henry had a $186 and 2 scores. Buffalo last week, they smacked Denver 31-7. Broncos had an early touchdown in that one to get up 7-0. People were dreaming. People were dreaming. They don't score again. Buffalo smacks them 31-7. James Cook, great season from him. Last week, 120 yards and a score himself. Ravens, Bills. These two teams met in week 4. Baltimore got them 35-10. 199 yards and a score from my guy King Henry and a goose from your guy Mark Andrews, Max. Ravens, Bills. Brad, where you going in this game?
This one's obviously the toughest game to pick because
Also-
the Ravens defense, if you would have asked me around week 10, I would say Bills all day, every day. But since they moved Kyle Hamilton to safety, they've had one of the best defenses in the NFL.
Another Irish.
Yeah, well, no one cares about that. But and then Lamar Jackson, best statistical season he's ever had. He has developed so much as a passer, and Derrick Henry is 47 feet tall and can run through walls. He's the most freakish. One of my favorite pictures of all time is him next to Deion Lewis when he was on the Titans, and they were both running backs for the Titans.
Yeah.
And you look at them, and one looks like a small elementary school student, the other one looks like a mythical beast.
Yeah.
It's just
Seriously.
absolutely freaking insane.
Seriously.
Saying all that, Josh Allen has done more with less this year. This has been his best year. Losing everyone, they're like, oh, he's got no receivers, whatever. Diggs gone. But they have a running game for the first time. Cook has been tearing it up this year.
Yep.
So the deciding factor for me is playing in Buffalo. That is a hell of a home field advantage.
Yep.
I have Buffalo 27-24 because Josh Allen's penis is 3 feet long. And that's why. He jumped ropes with it. It's insane.
Jumps rope with us. The old two-step.
Tucks it into his sock while he plays.
Yeah. Well, with a reel too. It's not too big just for the sock.
Painful.
It's got to be. I wouldn't know.
This game is definitely a toss-up. This game is definitely a toss-up. Tough one to pick. But I took the Baltimore Ravens to go to the Super Bowl this season. So I've got them winning this game in Buffalo. I think Josh Allen probably has the MVP I'm not sure if this game could swing voters. This game might be able to swing voters, the winner of this.
Well, it's already out, isn't it? You have to vote before the playoffs, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, is that true?
Yeah.
I was going to say whoever wins this game wins MVP. That's what I was thinking.
And Lamar Jackson already got first team all-pro at quarterback. And those are the same people to vote for MVP, so...
Lamar. Both guys having career years. Both guys deserve it. Probably win it in the year the other guy isn't there, kind of like an Ashton Genty, Travis Hunter situation here. But I'm going Ravens on the road, 28-27. We've talked about this Baltimore squad all year long, how Lamar Jackson's the best quarterback the King has had. King Henry is the best running back Lamar has had. We love that duo. I'm going to ride them. Ravens, moving on. Max, split this tie for us.
Definitely. If this was the Super Bowl matchup, obviously it couldn't be a Super Bowl matchup, but if it was somehow... This is the game of the year, guys. This is the game of the year. Now, yes, the Ravens did beat Buffalo this year and killed them 35-10, like you said, and that was game 4 of the season. So teams are still figuring things out, all that stuff. But the Bills beat the Chiefs this year, right? And they also beat the Lions. Sorry, the Lions. Okay, those are big time wins, guys. Those are big time wins. Oh yeah. Yes. Playing at home in Buffalo. Ooh, burr, that's cold. Burr. Who knows what it's going to be like this weekend? If it is, I mean, I'm assuming it's cold because it's always cold in Buffalo up there by the lake. You kidding me? Jeez, but these boys are meant for it, man. They could play on ice. These Bills can play on ice. It doesn't matter for them. Whew. Derrick Henry, though. Man, does he want to get to a Super Bowl? Man, does he want to get to a Super Bowl? I know. He deserves it. Best running back in my lifetime that I have seen. Okay, we can argue that. But for me, I can't think of anybody. Not me. Nope. But I'm just gonna go ahead and say it, boys. I'm going Buffalo Bills. I'm going Buffalo Bills at home. Yep. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I'm going 34-31 Buffalo. Okay, I think it's a little back and forth here. The MVP battle. Man, I can't wait to see it. This has got to be on your tubes, everybody. No doubt about it.
For sure.
Well, that's going to do us this week for the Don't Tell Mama Sports Podcast, a football preview episode. We got the 4 divisional round games in the NFL. We got the National Championship game coming up on Monday. I can't freaking wait. I'm going to be on the edge of my seat. Brad, we appreciate you coming out here. I know we're going to have you on a lot more coming up for some more college basketball, some good Big 12, a lot of good ball in the Big 12. Brad, what do you got for the people before you get out of here, man?
Oh, hey, man. Well, I appreciate you guys having me on here, and I'm with you, man. The national championship game and then the NFL playoffs right now, like both of you said, the Ravens versus the Bills could be just the Super Bowl before the Super Bowl because... that first game where they got whooped by Baltimore, half their defense was out. This is going to be a true test, and I am just so jacked to watch it. And I can't wait for Iowa State to beat the shit out of Kansas for a second time this year.
Easy. Might be a different story in the fog. Might get a little foggy in there for them.
No, Iowa State's better. Don't be dumb.
They are better. Iowa State, national title contender, no doubt about it. Max, get us out of here and your thoughts on this. I don't know why I keep bringing up your Bears. But Marcus Freeman, if he wins a national championship, I already heard the Bears are interested. They're going to do their due diligence already on the 39-year-old Freeman. If Marcus Freeman wins a national championship, do you want him in Chicago?
Marcus Freeman, be smart. Don't do that. Don't ruin your career. Stay at Notre Dame. Win more championships. Develop boys into men. Do that. You don't want to come to Chicago. Yeah, why am I a Bears fan? I don't know, because I shit on them a lot, and that's only because they shit on me, okay? I don't know who shits on who more, okay? But I am the one that always appears to have shit on my face, okay? And it's because it's all over me. It's all over me, okay? No wonder why I can't see anything. No wonder why I got to wear glasses. I probably got glaucoma in my freaking eyeballs.
Infested with pink eye.
Cleveland Steamers will get to you, bro.
Marcus Freeman, be smart. Don't go to the Bears. Don't go to the Bears. Just stay in Notre Dame, man. Stay at Notre Dame.
I like that.
Doesn't work for anyone.
I like it.